Hey, I'm MindieKniss. This is the Daily Rage. Let's take a look at where we ended up this week. You can see the Dow right now is up one single whole point. This type of a candle, it's like it made a valiant attempt to retrace a bit of yesterday's downward momentum and then just couldn't handle it, couldn't sustain it, fell back down, and basically at break even right now. That being said, we did take out this short target yesterday, so that's awesome. And hopefully you got a piece of that big move yesterday, but let's get these things in their proper places. Let me open this up a bit and we can bring this down. We'll just keep it pretty easy. That's pretty much the low of today and yesterday, just underneath there. So fairly strong support, but we'll call that level one. This will be level two or target two, 38,928. That's really close to the top of the cloud. As for the high side, we can bring this way down because that's a little ambitious. At this point, we can just correct that to here, and we'll call that good for the Dow. The micro S&P had a decent recovery today after yesterday's sell-off, certainly much better than the Dow. So we're still kind of playing in this vicinity, and we can do this just because this is a more recent high. Move that up to 53.68. As for the low side, we'll flip-flop these guys. And this is a nice area too. You can see from here, this candle to here, from about, let's see, 52.72 down to 52.65. That whole area is some decent support. So I would just watch that and see where it goes next week. Moving on to the micro NASDAQ. Now, the regular, real NASDAQ, not that this is fake, but the regular NASDAQ did make all-time highs. But remember, what we're looking at is futures, which is different. So we did take out these targets here. We can go here and here again. We'll keep that pretty easy going into next week. Give you a close-in target. Move these guys in. So bound to hit one of those, depending on which direction it goes. Moving on to the Russell. This is the M2K, the micro Russell. We'll call those good. Moving on to micro Bitcoin. Not a bad day, up 3%. Although still kind of struggling, kind of bounced off the cloud, bounced off of that turning line. So let's do this. Let's bring this up here. Next target, 7,400, followed by 72,420. And we can flip-flop these guys for the low side. That's a very similar situation that we were just talking about. Like, this is great support. In other words, kind of rocketed up from there, came back down, and bounced off. ETH had some fine days over this past week. You can see we were way down here, kind of consolidating, and then just a couple days to get up and past the cloud based on all of the ETF conversations. So we'll go back up to these highs from back in March. As for the low side, can take that and bump this up just slightly. Moving on to gold, had a rough couple of days toward the end of this week, back in the cloud, not a huge range today, so not a ton. Let's see. So let's go here and this low point here as your targets to the low side. As for the high side, let's use this turning line first and foremost, and then up top here at those highs. Let's take a look at silver now, see what it's got going on. We did take out these targets, so congrats to those of you that were long. Now we're kind of back in that same range that we were. So for the low side, I'm just going to keep those as is. This guy can come back down here. This one I'll just scooch up just a touch and call it good there. Last of the metals, micro copper. It did take out the short target and the long target over the last few days. So again, congrats if you took those trades. So let's go here. Oh, I want to use this turning line instead. Let's Oops, except I'm doing that with the wrong color. Let's get these lower than the current price. That would make a lot more sense. Here we go. And up top there, we will call that good. Finally, wrapping it up with a little micro crude. We did take out all of these targets, and what the heck, that who knows why those are way up there. That's a little crazy. We'll go here and here. As for the low side, we can keep this down here. That's a nice area. Look, this one almost came down there. This one is real close. And then today hit that same level and back from here, also an area of interest. So that is a place to watch for sure. And let's bring this one down to this next level, 75.26. That will do it for this week. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I hope you have an amazing holiday weekend. Get some rest, get some relaxation, get some time away from the markets. That's always good for you as well. I'm MindieKniss. Thanks so much for watching.